Heidi ho, folks. Well, I got this old 77 Evinrude, 25 horse. And when I got it, it didn't want to idle, first of all. And the guy, of course, he had the ears on it. And trying to get it to start so he could show me it would run. And it was difficult to start. It didn't want to start at all. It had to crank a lot on it. Well, once, you know, I mean, he got it to start and run. Yeah, it was a little difficult, so I got it, brought it in. And the first thing I found was when you would pump the primer bulb, I could see pressure coming back toward the tank. And the primer bulb would never pump up tight. So I replaced the primer bulb. I put a little inline filter there just for, you know, I don't want to be sucking crap up into my carburetor, but excuse me. So I put the new primer bulb on it, got it on there, and shit, man, it starts right up now, no problem. As far as the idle went, he said, well, the thing, it would hardly ever idle. Got a new prop on it there since he had it. So I got to checking the low end needle here for the idle, and it was almost 4 turns out. Now typically you run these all the way in, and most of them I've dealt with is about 1.5 turns out where you start with, and then you start adjusting her in from there. But I adjusted the thing all the way in, and we're at about 1.25 turns now out. And she purrs like a kitten now. As far as just with the ears on it, I mean, it's always a little bit different once you get her on the water. But I traded a little pistol to this, and man, I've had it out one time. I've got it on a 12-foot john boat here. This is a pretty heavy john boat. It's not super heavy duty, but I mean, it takes a couple of guys. It's all a couple of guys wants to do to carry it. And you can't hold this thing wide open. I mean, I bet it'll run you 30, 35 miles an hour. I haven't clocked that yet. Hoping to get to go out tomorrow and use a little GPS on her and see how fast we're running. But pretty sweet little deal. It looks like the original coils on the thing. It really does. I mean, they're pretty old looking. So probably this winter I'll replace the fuel pump and put new coils, spark plugs on it. Just a little tune up. I'll probably go through everything, all the electrical, except for the starter and the starter solenoid. All that works good, but as far as the ignition stuff, I'll go through it, because see where, I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to crack. You can't see it, the sun's too bright. The coating on the coil is actually starting to crack. So yeah, this winter I'll get it down and tune it up, get it ready for next year on the water. But it's doing really well right now. It'll get me through this season. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a little quick video on my new purchase here, or traded for, my new little toy. Got a little water in from the rain we've had here. But pretty sweet score. Just a little bit of adjustment. And a simple thing like a primer bulb. That was really the big reason why I wanted to put this video on there. I had a couple buddies of mine. They were talking and talking about it hard to start. You know, when they put it up, it was easy. Yeah, it started great. And then when they went to get it back out for this year, it was hard to start. And had never been before. So, well, you know, I said, well, shoot, did you check your primer bulb and see if it's actually priming up tight? And he said, well, I don't know. I don't think it really is, now that you mention it. So Well, that was the deal with mine. The little check valve in there was bypassing, pumping pressure back to the tank, and of course it, you know, not holding pressure, your fuel's going to run right back down your line and everything. And I think that's part of the idle reason, maybe with this one a little bit. That pump might be a little weak, and it's, you know, the fuel running back down the line, and the pump's having to work a little extra hard. But maybe if you're having that sort of trouble, it might just be the primer bulb. Heck, a little easy $4 fix there. Alrighty, that'll about do it, I guess. But just wanted to, maybe if y'all's having the same trouble there, might be something to check. But we'll see you next time.